My friends, we're going to go back to Paul Watson a little bit in the next hour. Your calls are coming up in the next segment. For those of you patiently holding, toll-free number to join us is 1-800-259-9231. 1-800-259-9231. And people ask, how can I come in every day and start hyperventilating and always be so excited and always be so focused? It's completely normal when you have a criminal elite running things that are engaging in scientific dictatorship, spraying the atmosphere, poisoning the water and the food, and admitting they're doing it. And then people say, I'm the weird one for not wanting that to happen. About to go back to Paul Watson. I tend to get so busy now, I'll do 2, 3, 4 hours, and I don't even thank our sponsors. I do want to thank our sponsors, and the biggest sponsor is my own books and videos. Like Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement. You want to know who the elite are, what they are, and what their endgame is? What makes them tick? I mean, you watch this film, it's like his 1,100-page book. But from our perspective, you need to get the endgame. You need to have viewing parties. We need to hand the endgame out to everybody. We need to expose this. This is the big issue. And to get through to the general public, you need to give them the Obama deception, because this thing doesn't attack him from a right-wing perspective. It attacks George Bush and Obama and shows how they work for the same people, how it's a control paradigm, and who they really work for and what their agenda is. And people are really freaking out now because this film came out 1 month after he was in office, and now it's all been validated. So this film is going mega viral. Get it, make copies, Infowars.com, order a hard copy there. Or call toll-free, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. You can also write to me. I'm Alex Jones at 3001 South Lamar, Suite 100, Austin, Texas, 78704. You can also see all my films in super high quality and burn them to disc and download them and give them to folks at prisonplanet.tv, as well as watching the live feed of the radio/TV show. And lastly, I want to thank our longtime sponsor, eFoodsDirect.com. We don't have to remind you that you need food to survive. Our biggest sponsor, eFoods Direct, is the longest continually operating affordable foods company in the country. They also happen to be true patriots and have supported the freedom movement for years and years. With the looming food shortages, depression, war, the economy, it is imperative that you make sure you and your family are prepared with non-GMO, good, clean, storable foods. Give them a call at 1-800-409-5633, 1-800-409-5633, or check them out on the web at eFoodsDirect.com. Non-GMO, non-hybrid, good quality, clean food, eFoodsDirect.com, and a great price. All right, Watson. Recap what you were saying about the water supply. They're clearly already doing this, but he also gets into a global police state of CPS to take everyone's kids. And then the New York Times today saying families are bad. I randomly pick up the Atlantic Monthly. It's got an article saying families are bad. July, August. I mean, these people scientifically want to make us all wrecks so they can orderly kill our ass. They got to break down society first, then come in with fake terror for their police state cover story so they can run a black op on us, just like Dick Cheney said in Rebuilding America's Defenses about how he wanted to use race-specific bioweapons to kill certain races. But they only tell the whites carrying this out, oh, we're just killing the blacks and Mexicans. No, folks, they want to kill everybody but themselves. Paul Watson.
Right. Well, you established the fact that global sperm counts have been reduced, and that's accelerating, and it's especially prevalent in white European men. That's a fact. Now, what's also a fact is that the University of Exeter, along with the University of Sussex, has done scientific studies earlier this year which produced the results that anti-androgens were being released into the water supply, and this was above and beyond the concerns about HRT and contraceptive pills, which are also affecting the environmental crisis. But these anti-androgens are used to treat sex offenders or given to sex offenders after they're released from prison to suppress their sexual libido. They're given to transsexual men who want to become women, because what they do is they counteract the masculinization process and effectively diminish the normal male biological characteristics. They call them endocrine disruptors.
And that's why a lot of cops, what they say, over a third of cops are on steroids. a lot of them, in a way, actually need them, I guess, because we've all been feminized by this.
Right. And it's also being sprayed on our food. They're used in pesticides. I've linked to another scientific study from the article that's at the top of prisonplanet.com now, which shows that these same anti-androgens have been found to, quote, have demonstrated to induce demasculinization in rats. So
Hold on a minute. I actually saw a mainstream report on that last week and didn't even think to cover it. What you're saying is key here. They are picking chemical pesticides of a type that sterilize or reduce sperm count. I've seen those reports. That's what I'm saying. There's so much evidence, just like of thousands of different plastic combinations for global standardization in the 50s. They picked a certain type of plastic family that leaches the endocrine disruptors, the estrogen mimickers, which hyper-feminize women connected to breast cancer and a hormonal fluctuation, and feminize men. And then we actually see a lot of males now aren't even at age 12, 13 having their testicles drop. So the girls are going into puberty at 5, 6 years old because of the food and the water. And the boys are becoming feminine because of this and aren't even having their testicles, literally like ovaries drop. This is just incredible. You're saying you've got a report up on prisonplanet.com. I guess you just already did your big report. Obama czar's plan to sterilize population through water supply already happening. My God, this is mega huge, Watson. And again, people, we're risking our lives here. That's why I always have such excitement. I know what we're doing. We have caught these. Oh, my God. Okay, you know what? I'm leaving the room. I'm not going to be able to shut up. I'm going to leave the room and watch from the control room. Watson, you've got the floor. I've got to shut up. Start over. This is huge breaking information. This is huge. Watson, tell them.
Yeah, these anti-androgens have not only been found in the water supply, but according to this study, which is the abstract of which is on encyclopedia.com, and I've linked to it from the article on prisonplanet.com right now. It's actually a study from October 2001, so this has been known for some time now. And you can, looks like you have to buy the actual full scientific study, but it was in the Environmental Health Perspectives from October 1st, 2001. And it says that these same anti-androgens have been found in pesticides, and which are sprayed on our food, and they tested them on rats, and they were, quote, demonstrated to induce demasculinization in rats. So they're having the same effect that they are on the fish in the water, and not only fish. Polar bears, bald eagles, otters, and whales have all been similarly affected by these gender-bending chemicals, and it's a problem not only in the UK, but it's global. Now, the professor at Exeter University, having established that these chemicals are having gender-bending effects on fish and animals, said, quote, there is certainly the potential for it to have an effect in humans and possibly a marked effect. Professor Charles Tyler of Exeter University, who is one of the country's leading authorities on the effects of estrogen. So you tie that with the fact that global sperm count is reducing at an accelerating rate, especially amongst white European males. There's a study that I've linked to from the article which talks about that as well. So these things are going into our water supply at an increasing rate above and beyond the normal pollutants from industry and pharmaceutical products. Now, the ironic thing about all this, as was revealed in a March 2009 BBC Country File documentary program, is that the water authorities in England have these large industrial water filters which, at the source of the sewage plants, can filter out these very chemicals that are causing gender-bending effects and have devastated the fish population in the UK. They have the filters which can remove them, and during one test in Derby, which is not too far away from where I live, they were found to successfully be able to remove these anti-androgens. But that test, although successful, was blocked from being rolled out nationwide, and these large filters were prevented from being installed nationwide because of concerns about, quote, their carbon footprint and that they might contribute to global warming, which is obviously the latest veil behind which Holdren and his eugenicist colleagues camouflaged their eugenicist agenda. So now, because of concerns about global warming and carbon footprint, the very filters that would eliminate these gender-bending chemicals, which are a real environmental threat, not only to the food supply and animals, but also to humans as well,